Welcome to another episode of Chatting with You. I'm Giselle Urbina,
And I'm Kevin Urbina.
and today we're going to talk about how can one start a business? How did you start your business? Like, what was your idea? How did it come into play? And how is it going now? Those are the three topics that we're going to cover today. So, Kevin, tell me first with why do you study, why you studied in college, which was what?
It was a video production. So it was film and video is what the degree was, but it was basically video production is what I studied.
Okay.
And I really wanted to study it because ever since I was a kid, I was obsessed with movies and I was really entertained. And, you remember and like how much I used to just watch the same movies over and over again. I would study it, and I got to a point where I was curious on how they did it. So I'd be on YouTube kind of watching the behind the scenes and things like that until the day I got my first camera from my parents. And then I just started practicing with that. And then this whole thing started turning years and years and years of practice, trial and error. And then eventually I just knew like, this is the field I kind of wanted to go into. I had the passion. I clearly been studying it. So I kind of studied it thinking I was going to go into Hollywood, and that didn't work out. But it was a professor ended up telling me the truth behind Hollywood and kind of how things go. And I figured I would still apply what I knew to another format, which is digital marketing. And then that's kind of what led to today.
Love it. For those of you who don't know, Kevin is my brother-in-law. So I've known him since he was a little baby, not baby, but
Practically a baby.
he was in elementary school. For me, that's a baby.
Yeah.
And I do agree that, of course, I saw your interest and your passion for film since you were very young. So I guess the first two words that come into mind are you have to have interest and you have to have passion for something in order to start your own business.
Exactly.
Okay. So then after you went to college and like you explained, decided to pursue your bit, like how did it go? How did you go from I graduate to I'm thinking that I need to open a business to where you are now?
Yeah. So it ended up right when I graduated, I was applying to various different places and everything like that. I was just making kind of videos off to the side for myself, helping, others, including you guys with just one video. And right when I graduated, not too long after, I was applying, I was waiting around, and then it happened that y'all actually approached me and gave me the wonderful opportunity to come and start actually getting a reputation and building myself here with you guys for about I want to say 2 years, 2.5, somewhere in that ballpark, and just start, working at that and start developing the craft and started working at it until it got to a point where I knew I wanted to continue to grow and find different ways to do it. And I decided that it was kind of a new leap. Everything happened with the pandemic and stuff started somewhat calming down. I don't want to say it's still calming down, but I decided that maybe it's time that I take the craft that I've built with y'all and start helping all these other people that started asking for my help and things like that. And then, you guys were super supportive and y'all helped me and guided me to how to do it. And I basically just took that leap of faith to just try to this new year just start it. I've already gotten the skills to do it. I just needed that little push to just go out and do it. And then I've just been working as much as I can to make this all come true at this point.
Yeah, so I hear, and I'm writing this down, so at the end we can do like a summary because I feel like this is very important. So many people want to do so many things. They want to create their own business, but they don't know how. They don't know what it takes. They don't understand where to start. So I think it starts, like we said, with interest in something, with passion, but then the opportunities, right? So you said that, of course, we approached you as a firm to start doing videos for us. So you took that opportunity to build your reputation, to network. Let's talk about how important networking is when it comes to having your own business.
Exactly. It's beyond it. I listened to y'all's story and how y'all started the firm and everything. And to me, I can't explain just networking just through you guys, the people talking to them, seeing how it could help them. Another thing is just locally communicating with your community has something that's helped me recently big time. I mean, just reaching out to your community and just networking with these people, meeting these people, whether they end up doing business with you or not, just having that connection and networking with them just so they have you in the back of their mind is just crucial for growth, and just taking any, like you mentioned, opportunities that come your way, no matter how small. Maybe it's not exactly what you want, but if it's including in your passion, I feel you need to just take any opportunity that comes your way. I mean, no should never really be in your mind. That should just be the last resort. Is you should never think yourself, no, I don't really want to do that, versus yes, let's just see where this go and take, because I never knew I wouldn't be here starting a business if it wasn't for taking the opportunity from you guys, leaving the hospitality industry in the hotel. I mean, it went from that side of things where I knew I was secure with stuff to starting a whole new thing with my degree with you guys, and seeing how that one opportunity brought me here is super important.
So what I hear is hard work. I'm summarizing. So
Yeah.
basically, once you get the opportunity, you then work really hard through networking and through doing what you're good at, the best possible way. So that way, people that you start getting to know can see your craft and get interested in it. And then the people that you're serving, or like us, right, that we like it, so we keep hiring you, even beyond you working for us, right, as a business. So definitely takes hard work once you get that opportunity. Like, I feel like some people, once they get their opportunity, they're like, well, I got it, so now I can relax. I don't think so, right?
No.
It's the reverse is true.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that statement of just you end up feeling, but at this point, I feel like since I've started it, there was that one period where I kind of was like trying to get used to it, and it was a lot, and I ended up slowing down, and then I realized clearly when there was nothing fully growing. And I can't lie, I was also a little ambitious. I was reaching for a lot of, this goes back to what you were mentioning about networking. I was reaching out to very large brands at first and thinking I was all the experience I'd need to know and stuff, and I was getting no business towards the beginning because I was too ambitious and not realizing how to start and where to grow small. And then just through y'all and everything like that, it was just important to see that maybe I should reach out through the importance of community, start networking. And I started reaching out just locally and where I live, and the amount of people that ended up talking to me, my name is now growing just in the area there, just all because I started reaching out locally and then just helping the community and offering services to them before just shooting everything out. But I think that's super important to understand. And there should never be a time where, if you're, in a way, how I see it, if you're not doing anything, like, I feel like there's something you should always be doing. There's never a break. If you're not doing anything, then something's wrong.
Exactly. And you talk about ambition. So I don't think ambition is necessarily bad. I do see it in your example how it was potentially too much at that time to try to like get that far without really starting or going through the proper steps to get there. And it's true, sometimes we want to skip ahead, and there's a process for everything. Now, however, having goals or being ambitious in some things, can also be good because you want your business to grow. You have high hopes and expectations. So I think that's also something that's okay to do to a certain extent. So let's talk more about the practicality or the practical aspect of starting your own business. That first day when you decided, okay, I'm going to open a business today, what's the first thing you do?
I think besides financially, it's also just a lot of research of what it takes. I never realized the whole idea of you got to register your business as an LLC or whatever the case is of whatever your business is. Trying to figure out where to put your fees, buying equipment, things like that. But, starting off, you got to figure all that out before you just kind of jump into it and put yourself in too much debt. Realize you got to start off small. So for me, it was a lot of just planning and budgeting and things like that. Like, I can't have the nicest equipment in the world just yet, but as time goes on, I'm getting all this new equipment and being able to grow. But I think doing your research to legally find out what you need I mean, it could have been different for y'all, but just figuring out the aspect of what it actually takes legally to set it up, and then figuring out how to slowly build your business without completely throwing yourself in debt without any sort of income, because you're starting it off. You can't guarantee anything just yet in terms of income. So you can't just put yourself in debt and hope for the best. You kind of need to somewhat plan this out financially for yourself, so then that way you can actually grow and continue to grow. But I don't know if that was the same case for y'all and how y'all went about it, but if you want.
Probably. I can't remember. It's gonna be 10 years. And to be honest, Michael was the one, my husband was the one that did all that stuff. So I wasn't in there. That's why I'm curious, because I don't really know a lot about that. Once you get started, how you do it. It's been too long.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good perspective for people out there that are thinking about opening their own business, how important it is to research everything that you need to do before you actually open, like register the business and all these things. Also, let's talk about marketing, right? So you need to, like, I see that you have your media titan shirt, which looks very nice. I also see that you have business cards. Probably you have a website. So there's certain things that you have to do also, which are expenses, right?
Yeah.
That you have to inquire in order to also market your brand and have people get to know you. So talk to me about that. How do you budget for that stuff?
So in all actuality, over the years I've been growing and kind of understanding. So a lot of this is kind of going back on everything in terms of time. In terms of planning for like marketing and stuff, a lot of the times, like when people don't understand all the things that go into business, because it's not even just a matter of doing your work. You also have to, as you said, you have to now think about how to expand yourself. So you got to market yourself. So for me right now, a lot of the times if I want to market for myself, I'm up late in the night, making a video for myself or figuring out ways, reaching out to specific people, how to approach them. A lot of this is just a lot of research and stuff. So I have to like figure out like, with what I have and stuff, how can I go about marketing myself? I can't tell myself, oh, I need X amount of dollars to do this and that and stuff, versus over time I was saving little by little and setting money off to the side for just budgeting myself so I could boost this one video in Facebook and boost another. And you don't have to go crazy with that kind of budgeting. Like if you literally wanted to start off with a simple $5, $10, if you do it right and do the research on how to target the people through Facebook, how to target the people through Instagram, that alone can already take you places. And then not to mention, you don't need to be the most top of the line, content. You just need to basically get your message across, put that tiny bit of money and let it out there. But people are so focused on needing hundreds of dollars to promote such and such, and you need the best top of the line equipment to make it look professional. You just need to get your basic message across, put a tiny bit of money, and then as time goes on, you do that. But this is a lot of the whole process of starting a business is a lot of planning and budgeting at the moment. That's how I'm going about it right
Correct. Now. I love it. I love it. I'm very proud of you. I'm very excited to see where Media Titan goes. And to summarize what we talked about so people can take note, definitely start with passion and interest. Seek out opportunities and take them. Also do a lot of networking. I feel like networking is super crucial. Work really, really hard, have ambition, and start small.
Exactly. That's the basic of it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time, but that's why I feel like the number one thing, the most important thing is your interest and passion. If you really enjoy what you do and you really enjoy taking the time to do it, feeling like staying up till 2, 3 in the morning to do these kind of things doesn't feel as bad if you're just enjoying what you do and want to see your project grow. That's why I feel like one of the top things is you need to have the ambition and the passion in order to start a business. You can't just decide, oh, I want to open up a flower shop, but you have no idea how to run it or even care how to do anything with it. You need to actually use what you care about and what you like. So that's why I feel like that's one of the top things. And along with networking and all these things kind of combine together to really make your business grow.
I love it. Thank you for being here with us today and sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And we'll see you in another episode of Chatting with You. See you.
Bye.